Robin.
Attention, citizens of California. Attention, citizens of Oregon. Attention, citizens of Washington. Attention, citizens of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Warning, warning, earthquake warning, 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 earthquake warning. Attention, warning, earthquake warning, 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 earthquake warning. Attention, warning, warning, warning. Citizens of California. Warning, warning. Citizens of Oregon. Warning, warning. Citizens of Washington. Warning, warning. Citizens of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Warning, warning. Earthquake warning, warning, warning. Earthquake warning. Attention, warning. Earthquake warning, warning, warning. Earthquake warning. Attention, warning. Make, destroy, block of house. Make, destroy, telephone poles. Attention, major earthquake.
The virus. The Opie and Anthony Show. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the E, so I could get some phones rolling in my ride.
Yeah.
The east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All of you skirts know what's up with 213.
So I hooked select on 2-1 and Lou with some brothers shooting dice. So I said, let's do this. I jumped out the rock.
Yeah.
What's up? Some brothers pulled some gas, so I said, I'm stuck.
These girls peeping me,
He
I'm
dead.
These hookers looking so hard.
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg's dead.
Nate Dogg be dead.
I see my homie and some
Yeah.
What happened to Nate Dogg?
I don't know. They're looking into it.
41 years old. He's dead. Danny was telling me he had a stroke or something in 2007.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was reading it left his left side completely paralyzed and then had a second stroke.
Yeah.
Well, you got to balance out your body.
Yeah, that's true. Body knows how to adapt.
It sure does.
Just fuck up the other side. Ooh.
What's that about having strokes at 41 years old? Well, actually, these strokes were before he was in his 40s.
Maybe drug related. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, I know a guy. He's kind of like around my age. He had a couple strokes.
From drugs?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Drugs are bad, huh?
Yeah. big
drugs are
time.
bad.
Drugs are bad.
Well, bad drugs are bad.
Yeah, you know, like fucking crack,
Yeah.
coke, and fucking crystal meth.
Is that why all the boys are wearing their pants at half-mast today around here?
Yeah. That's how they... Is that how you celebrate?
Call
or
me out for being a hack.
commemorate?
That is really bad.
Commemorate his death.
You don't have to humor me. That is so hacky.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, all right. So the Shade 45 guys, they all have their pants down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why. One of the regulators died. Regulators?
Regulators.
I actually like this.
N-A-T-E.
I don't mind this.
It's that fucking... It's got that whole Snoop cadence to it.
I like it because it doesn't sound scary. That's where you lose me with rap. When
Yeah?
It's too scary. Like Biggie Smalls kept it like this. You didn't feel
Yeah?
scared.
Didn't feel scared?
No.
I like NWA and
Yeah.
Ghetto Boys.
Which is so
That was some
weird
good
because
shit.
you don't necessarily like that culture.
It was the funniest shit I ever heard. I'd be laughing my balls off
Why did you like it?
because it was so just over the top.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers were so over the top.
Because you really liked the NWA.
Oh, yeah. Fucking NWA was great. Easy-E. Easy-E!
Good old
Yeah.
ECE.
He's dead, too. How did he get the AIDS? Was he on the DL? Was he on the down low?
On the down low.
On the down low.
A couple things happening.
I don't know. Was Easy-E on the DL? He's dead. He's got... I know.
No,
yeah,
I know, but
the
that's saying he was
AIDS.
on the down low.
Like, was he on the down low? Not the down low white people version. The down low black people version where you act straight, but, you know, you're with your homies and you might suck a dick.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess
I wasn't
that's
sure what you were asking. I thought for a second you were wondering if Eazy-E was still alive.
Yeah, it's like, where's,
Oh, no,
where's
no,
Easy?
I'm pretty sure he's
Yeah,
been
no,
dead
we
or
know
No
that.
one, no one's pulling that shit like he's still alive or he's going to come back or anything.
Yeah, we know that.
He's no Tupac.
Has been people. Oh yeah.
It's kind of funny you bring up Eazy-E because it was well, geez, let's see, 1995. Someone do some quick math. 16 years ago today that it was public knowledge, I suppose, that he had AIDS.
Wow.
Yeah, March 16 it came out.
And that's when,
March 1695.
and that was a death sentence.
Oh, yeah.
16
And he had
years ago.
AIDS. He didn't even have HIV when he announced it. It was like, he has the AIDS.
Yeah, has moved on. This guy, Joey in SOMD on Twitter, you guys realize that Carlin lives on. Japan equals his bid on people wanting the fire to burn just a bit more or longer. Yeah, we should
Yeah,
find that
that's
because
always the way.
Carlin just had a great take on everything always. A couple things happening in New York that just affects everybody in the end. It really does. First of all, there's people trying to get a law passed. I think it's a law. Well, it's
Yeah,
co-ops,
could be.
though, so I don't know. They have their own laws, right, or
Their
rules?
own rules and regulations.
I tried to get into a co-op, but because I do this radio show with my pal Anthony,
They said no.
They didn't want me, man.
Show business people. Ooh.
They're not allowed to deny you, by the way.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to. So I guess you could technically fight it, but it would be a pain in the ass. Then you're living in
Yeah,
a
what are you
building
gonna
where everyone
do?
hates you. But these co-ops they're you want to talk about cunts.
Why, yeah, why even
Especially
bother
in New
trying to
York.
get in that shit
Bunch of twats.
political crap.
But they want to pass some kind of law or co-op law, I don't know, where you're not allowed to smoke in your own apartment.
That's bizarre.
That's fucked up. Smoking will be completely banned in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But it's just fucked up that now they're trying to control what you do in your own fucking home.
Yeah, I was listening to a little conversation with the gentleman that owns Zippo, the company Zippo that makes the lighters and shit, and they're gonna have to like start diversifying into a whole
Yeah, I
new
heard that
area.
Same thing. Well,
you
yeah, they
hear
already
that
have.
shit?
Well, because I was reading something the other day. A pack a day smokers has come down tremendously.
Yeah.
And I guess as a result, that people aren't smoking so much anymore. The lighter market,
Yeah, they don't need
Right.
the
is
lighters.
crumbling now. So Zippo apparently bought. There was a company in I almost said Italia.
in Italia.
There was a company in Italy that held the trademark on Zippo, the name Zippo, and they manufactured glasses and handbags and wallets and
Glasses.
shit like that. So they just bought them out and figured, fuck it, well, we got to do something else.
Yeah, because it's the name recognition's great.
Yeah.
You know, even though I don't smoke, a good Zippo lighter is just a cool fucking
Fun.
thing.
Yeah.
But,
It's a cool thing to have.
but mostly smokers are
Yeah,
buying them, obviously.
smokers are the ones that
Why wouldn't
need
they
them, so
diversify by now? And how are they going to
they're
diversify?
trying. They want to get into other things like even like knives, I think. Just the Zippo name can go on other
Yeah, they want to put it on
things.
like watches. They want to
Yeah,
become
watches.
like they want to be like Fossil. You know,
Yeah,
they want to have
Fossil.
like little hats and bags.
Swiss
and
Army
wallets.
is another one that
Yeah.
diversified into other things.
I got Zippo stock. You're telling me this isn't going to be good?
You got Zippo stock.
I got
Wow.
Zippo stock.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good because
Short
they bought Ronson.
All right.
They
Ronson.
bought their competition out.
Good old Ronson.
Ronson.
Ronson. So you got that going on with they're trying to make it illegal for you to smoke in your own apartment if you're in a co-op.
Damn.
And then this is something that certainly affects me. I've seen this. They're doing a ticket blitz on Central Park bikers. This is where our world is going because the economy's so bad. You got this twat that runs this city, Mayor Bloomberg. We've made it very clear we don't like this guy at all.
His approval rating is down lowest it's been since he's been
And
mayor.
what I don't understand is I live in New York City, so I have to pay an extra tax. I got federal, state, and city. I am paying my taxes.
At least
a
once
lot.
you pay that, though, you're done, and the money you have is all yours.
Right. And
Until you go to buy something.
and there's nothing we can do about this.
No.
So they're getting a shitload of money from everybody. And because they don't know how to spend it properly, they need to figure out other ways to make money off us.
Yeah.
So they're coming up with just silly, dumb laws and surcharges and new taxes and all. It drives me insane. And it's gotten this bad where Central Park is pretty much a 6-mile loop on the outside, and then you got all the park area, you know, in the middle, obviously. And the 6-mile loop is used by bikers, joggers, inline skaters, what have you.
I thought you were going to mention another thing.
And it's used for exercise, where you go on this loop and you try to bike as hard as you can, run as hard as you can, inline skate as hard as you can. So this twat of a mayor, I don't blame the NYPD, because they got
tell them what to do.
They got their orders. But the NYPD is putting the brakes on cyclists who, not wanting to spoil their fun, in quotes, this asshole writes, recklessly blow through red lights in Central Park.
Oh my God, that sounds very dangerous, Opie.
So the cops are out in force giving tickets left and right to bikers. But I would assume they're going to do it to the joggers and everybody else if you're not obeying the red lights. Now, the red lights are in Central Park because it is a 6-mile loop of a road. The problem is, most of the time, Central Park, most of the park is closed to traffic.
Yeah.
So these lights are going red, green, yellow, but there's no one on the road.
Nothing.
For no reason. Now, the thought is that, bikes are flying through these lights and they can be hitting pedestrians and stuff. The problem is the pedestrians cross wherever the fuck they want anyway.
Because there's no cars.
Right, so they're just crossing willy-nilly wherever the fuck they want to begin with. And secondly, in most cases, the bike guys know exactly what they're doing, and they're blowing through red lights because the cars are on the road and there's no pedestrians crossing the street.
Yeah.
But that's not good enough. There's cops waiting there and giving a lot of tickets to guys blowing through these lights, and the only reason is to make more fucking money for the city.
It's under the guise of being safe, like we're making people safer, and no, they're not. They're just collecting money. It's a bicycle tax.
Right, and if you're like a workout guy or gal and you're trying to get some exercise, there's not many places you could do that outdoors in New York City. Do you understand? So that's why they have tried to make Central Park the place to go to get some exercise on your bike, jogging, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're going to force people to stop at these lights that have no business turning red to green half the time.
Yeah, they shut it down to traffic, and then they give tickets to the bicycles.
It's unbelievable.
Doesn't make sense.
It's unbelievable. What you do is you make a judgment call. You're flying on your bike. You're trying to get a workout in, and you see the light turning red. There's no cars on the road, and you see no pedestrians. What are you going to do? Of course you're going to fly by the light.
Going.
But they got the cop waiting by, and they're pulling you over and going, nope, that's not good at all for anybody.
You went through that red light. Yeah, I'm on a bicycle. Shut up.
And if it was for true safety, then maybe I would understand, but it's not. Like you said, Ann, it's a way to make more money for the fucking city because they don't know how to spend our tax money whatsoever.
Properly.
So they're ticket blitzing the hell out of the bike guys.
Or city scams.
And I'm sure they'll do it with the joggers. If you're jogging, you know how much of a pain in the ass, I don't know if you were ever a runner, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is if you start your run and now you got to stop at every fucking red light?
You see the people running where they have to stop at a light and they keep running in place and look real silly.
Yeah, you try to
They
keep
look silly.
your legs going. $270 ticket for running a red light. Enforcing red lights at crosswalks is meaningless. Pedestrians cross wherever they want. That's the truth. If they want to make money, get those guys. leave us alone, man. Because we use that as a good 6-mile track to get a good, good workout in.
Then they would be bitching about the fact that they get tickets for crossing the street when no one's coming.
A bike is a vehicle and the traffic law applies, said Captain Philip Wishnia, commanding officer of the Central Park Precinct. He doesn't believe that. He's doing the mayor's dirty work.
Company line.
I'm a fan of the NYPD. I don't fuck with those guys, but this is just ridiculous that they're enforcing this. It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're not gonna be able to do fucking anything.
How much longer is Bloomberg in there?
I don't know. He might make a new law where he gets a 4th term. I don't know. He seems to be one of these guys that makes his own.
That'd be interesting.
His own rules.
He already repealed that one.
Right.
Where, it was just long enough for him to get a 3rd term.
Right.
And then he made sure, that
no one else will have that.
What a fuck.
And
there sees this guy for what he is.
And they haven't given up on the license plate for bikes yet,
No?
There's other towns trying it.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't given up on that. And eventually they'll...
You mean the little ones with your names on them that you buy in the stationery store?
Remember that?
You never find Anthony.
Nah, Greg with 2 G's was a tough one.
Tough one to find.
Really tough. They had the Greg with the 1 G at the end. That's not good enough for me. My mom wanted to be a little different, I guess.
It's like they never, everything that had a name on it, it was, Anthony, it popped up occasionally, but you always felt bad for kids with names that just were never there.
Why occasionally? Anthony probably sold out was your problem.
That was my problem, yeah.
That's
sell
a popular name, so I'm sure they had Anthony on everything in Disney and stuff, and those...
always sold out.
Yeah, in those gift shops, so...
Yes.
That shit drives me fucking insane, though. The crap they're doing just to make a little more money that has nothing to do with safety. You know, I told you about the asshole that gave me a ticket because I had my bike on a pier on the west side of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Because I was probably doing 3 miles an hour on my bike. I was literally, the bike was literally going forward slightly, but I was sitting on the bike because it's easier than fucking walking it.
Yeah.
And people that were jogging that day jogged past my bike, and the little kids ran past my bike, but I was the fucking problem.
You're the bad guy.
Because I'm still sitting on my bike, and this asshole gave me a fucking ticket. Because it was just another way to get some money into the, for the city.
Unbelievable.
Had nothing to do with safety. If I was like flying down the pier, then maybe, even at that point, I would say no. But at least it looks like maybe I was endangering people.
Yeah. There are some intersections now where you start pulling up to them and the lights turning red, and it looks like strobe lights are going. It looks like a disco from the traffic cams.
Yeah.
That are going off.
Yeah.
Constantly just blap, 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 flashing people's plates.
Supposedly New York only has 50 of those right now.
Really?
I was talking to someone about that 2 days ago because there's one in my neighborhood. And someone was getting ready to blow through that. I'm like, whoop, stop right now. You're going to get it. You know, the cameras are right the fuck there.
Yep.
And then someone was telling me there's only 50 right now. They're
that?
only allowing 50. I forget exactly.
Oh, they only allow 50?
They're only allowing 50. But then I said that to the guy, well, when they say we're only going to allow 50, a year or two goes by, and then they're going to allow 100. Then they're going to allow 150. It's too late now.
Oh, yeah, those things will be flashing all over the place.
And if they had it their way, they would have one of those on every fucking corner. Because it's a great moneymaker for the city.
It really is.
And half the time, you know you're not fucking with anyone if you go through a light at the last second.
And you pay it because you feel like
you
feel like you won because you don't get points on your license.
Right.
You just get the ticket. You got to pay money.
Right.
If you get pulled over for it and get a ticket, then you get points on your license.
Right.
But that one, so you're like, I'll just pay it. Fuck it.
Yeah, who's gonna fight that?
Yep.
And they know that.
They certainly do.
Illegal to smoke in your car in Minnesota. That's impossible. That can't be possible. Let me say hi to Sean in Georgia. And I hate cigarette smoke. I'm not a fan of it. But I see I see what it does to this country. You should be allowed to smoke outside still. That doesn't affect us.
In your house, in your car. I know they want to take it away from people smoking in cars with kids in the car. Now that, again, I just hate the government stepping in, man, when it comes to people's health. And this guy's just going to whistle for a while. People's health and the health of their children and stuff. You could say, look, we're helping people out. But on the other hand, you could say, you know, people do have the freedom to fuck up and just be the shitheads and parent badly. And they do have the freedom to do that.
Let's say hi to, it's Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, guys. In some of the larger counties in Minnesota, they've made it illegal to be smoking on county ground, which just means, in general, anywhere in the county it's illegal to smoke, even if you're in your car on the street with your windows up.
Wow. So then, if we follow this logic, because obviously there's a health thing with cigarettes, they should start banning soda and all that too, right?
Everything is deadly. Everything's deadly. They should ban fucking casino buses. Holy shit. Ban those things, especially from Chinatown.
Yeah. They don't want you. I know you're a fan of the casino, but just bear with me for a second. But they don't want you smoking in casinos, but they think casinos are okay.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases, the casino itself is way more damaging than the cigarette smoke you're fucking inhaling into your lungs, my friend.
Devastating your life.
It devastates a lot of people's lives. That's the shit that drives me nuts. Let's ban smoking in casinos and not acknowledge that casinos could be bad for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just... It's the hypocrisy that drives me nuts. Whatever. I don't care if there are casinos around. I really don't. But then to like ban smoking in them, you see how ridiculous that is.
How booze is legal is beyond me too. You know,
well, because it makes a lot of money for the country. That's all.
I know, and they tried to make it illegal once, and all it did was make organized crime
right
a huge force to be reckoned with. But if your whole take on it is we're making things illegal or keeping things legal based on health concerns, alcohol should be the first thing on the list that you take off. It's worse than weed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot worse than weed for you.
Yeah, but weed's illegal.
That
argument
makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Of course, it doesn't make sense. It's just bizarre. So I want to say there's more than 50 cameras. So my knowledge on that is way off. George, what do you got on that?
Hey, Opie. Hey, I drive a truck around the city, and there's cameras are all over the place. It's not 50 cameras. The fines are only $50. That's just for now. You know they're going to jack them up in a little while.
How do you know there's more than 50?
I see them all over the place, and that's just in Queens. As many as I see in Queens and Manhattan, there's got to be a lot more than 50.
My thought on that is, now that the technology is getting cheaper, it's going to be on every corner. I think that was the only reason that was preventing it from being on every corner.
Yeah, the first ones with these giant boxes.
Yeah, the technology was way too complicated and too expensive. But as the costs come down, you're going to see that on every fucking corner.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
What about the guys that are driving off hours when you could blow through a million lights to get to work or wherever you're going sooner because there's no one around?
I do that.
You do it in the morning, right?
All the time.
Of course
all the time. There's no one on the road. Why am I waiting?
Right. You'd look around, make sure no one's coming.
Yeah.
So, hey, Opie.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something about the bike thing in Central Park?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not just Central Park. It's a whole citywide crackdown, and it's more about making money. It's like a backlash because of all those bike lanes they put in. They give people on bicycle tickets for not having a bell, not having reflectors, not signaling when they change lanes, all sorts of bullshit.
That's probably why they made the bike lanes in the actual roads of Manhattan, just so they could catch more people. You think they did a good thing for certain people, like, hey, use your bike instead of your car, save a little money.
Thanks.
They probably made the bike lanes, now that I think about it. I like this thought, George, just to get fucking some tickets written.
More cash.
Yeah, because just like we were talking about, if you're on a bike in Manhattan on the actual streets, not inside Central Park, you're going to blow by a bunch of those lights and no one's around. Fuck yeah. And that's why you need the license plates, because then when the cameras take a picture of your bike, they
want to know
they know where to send the ticket.
Wow.
How much money do they need from us?
Exactly what it is, too.
How much money do they need?
Didn't even think of that.
Just tell me how much money you need, and then just take it now.
They do. It's called taxes.
No, they don't.
Need more.
Yeah, they
would be like, okay, really? You want to know? We need it all. We just need it all. Could you just give us all your money and then just try your best to deal with your life? Thank you.
There's no way there's speed cameras.
And we're still going to be broke.
Do we have speed cameras yet, Ant?
Speed cameras? I haven't heard of that.
In Tennessee, we got speed cameras, Cody.
Yeah, just a couple things, Opie. Here in Tennessee, the red light cameras have become such a big business that now the counties don't actually have to pay for it. What happens is these third-party companies actually come in and install the cameras for free, and they actually monitor, and then the county actually gets a proceeds of the ticket sales. So there's no out-of-pocket expense for cameras. And now, at least in my county, they've started putting up these speed cameras. I know back in the 90s when I started to drive, it used to be vans sitting on the side of the road, but now they actually have these cameras that if you exceed over 5 or 6 miles over the speed limit, they'll actually take your picture, and you get a nice little ticket in the mail, at a $120 ticket.
What's the speed limit?
That varies, between 35 and 40 miles per hour. We have a big race coming up, so we have about 100,000 people coming up to Bristol here in a little bit, so they're going to get
Bristol, Tennessee.
Imagine they started giving you speed tickets on like the New Jersey Turnpike and stuff when you could be going 80 no problem.
Well, that's why everybody thought the Easy Pass would be one of those things where they would time you from point A to point B and see if you. Yeah. But we'll see. I would have got one of these speeding tickets if it was around now. So I know the roads it's not on.
Right.
The Northern State Parkway, the Grand Central, and the Expressway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all right, bro. Thank you.
All right, see you.
Such a piss off. It's the constant pickpocketing by the fucking government.
Yeah, the Central Park thing is
Bastards.
ridiculous. Because I mean,
Ratty
most people get on their bike not to like sightsee. You're trying to work out instead of being in a fucking sweaty gym. You know.
There are the occasional fucking...
Oh, there's assholes on there.
Slowly going around. Hey, it's the park. We'll take a mellow ride.
Well, they rent bikes to the tourists. And and you see them because they do have some weird license plate on it. I forget what it says. And
asshole.
Big, ridiculous handlebars way up here.
What about the tricycle? Can you rent the tricycle?
But those, come on.
The big crazy person in town tricycle. That's every nut guy that you know from the town. Oh, that's Crazy John, Yeah, he goes behind the dumpster. He goes by the dumpsters and picks. That's anybody that rides that big tricycle is crazy.
Yeah. Why can't they figure out 2 wheels?
I know.
Why do they have to go with 3?
Because they're crazy.
Someone figured out, wait, I could balance on this.
This is good. I could stop and fill up my dumpster.
Newark made $3 million off traffic cams last year, and that's all.
Really?
That's all they need to hear and go, wow, this is working. Let's get more traffic cameras out there.
Yeah, what the
Mike in Jersey.
What the Christ?
Hey, buddy.
I actually watched the news yesterday, and they did a story on how the red light cams in Newark, New Jersey made $3 million in revenue. So now they're going to add more cameras. And, that's just ridiculous. And, you said about the traffic cameras on the turnpike?
Yeah.
On 95, I got a ticket about 3 weeks ago for doing 60 in a construction zone because now those construction zones have little cameras set up on cones to catch you speeding by them.
No.
Yep.
That's some new fucking news.
Yep, and then they told me that if I didn't pay the fine, they'd give me 3 points on my license.
That is sneaky shit.
Damn.
Because now what you're going to see, if they are able to do that, they're going to have almost fake construction areas.
That's bullshit.
Exactly.
Wow.
You got to take the power back.
Good luck.
What I would love to ask the officials in Newark. So you made $3 million on traffic camera tickets last year. How many accidents did that prevent?
Yeah, I wonder.
It would be very easy to see the stats before the cameras and afterwards. And I bet you it's minimal at best. At best. Nassau County, that's where Ann lives. Mark in Long Island, what do you got?
I run Northern Boulevard every morning, and there's one at 107, there's one at Glen Cove Road, and then my office is in Lakeville Road. There's one on Union Turnpike, there's one in fucking Marcus Avenue. They're all over Nassau County now.
Yeah, there's one at Glen Cove Road if you're heading north right before the expressway. That's a bad one. I see that one flicking all the time.
Really? Just make your mind mad.
You know what, though? I see them going off because I'm in Nassau and I have a few in my neighborhood as well. And I see them going off all the time when I'm looking around and I'm like, I didn't see anything
I don't see anything. Well, they occasionally
happening.
just flash a picture?
Yeah, I do. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. When people still have the light legally and everything, like I see a lot of weird things going on with those.
Well, it does take a picture of the light and your license.
I think the scary thing for me is that, you know what, there's one on Northern Boulevard in Great Neck, like right by Little Neck Parkway.
Yeah.
And you slow down to that thing, but somebody right behind you is like going to go through you. And one of these days, somebody's going to take my rear end out because, I slowed down for this thing, and the guy didn't know that there was a fucking light there.
Right.
So it's going to make more accidents.
Is there an app to tell you where all these things are?
Oh, yeah.
There is,
Fuck
right?
Yeah. Yeah, people update it all the time.
But then if every corner gets it, then the app is useless, right?
Then it's just everywhere.
All right, sir, thank you. One more. This guy's basically saying you don't seem to understand taxes. Go ahead, Buck in the Bronx.
Yeah, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey.
Love you guys, but every time you guys talk about this situation where we're paying more and more for things, nobody likes it. But it's the fact of a recession. When you have a recession, what happens is the revenues go down. You have no choice but to raise. You have no choice but to raise prices on things to make up that money.
Oh, you're just a lemming.
All right.
You're a lemming.
Why is that?
It should be that we pay enough taxes no matter what the fuck the economy's doing. Do you understand how much fucking money they have been getting off us forever?
Why is that? Why do you think that what we...
It should be recession-proof, to be completely honest with you, with the amount of money we fucking give the government.
It's waste.
Your taxes would be higher.
Oh, you're a lemming to believe what you're saying.
For history, we paid 50% tax, income tax in this country up until the last 20 years. We're paying the lowest taxes we've ever paid.
Oh, wow, well, give yourself a fucking bell.
Well, I'm just saying.
Look at you, rah-rah, for the government. Yay, government, good. Yay, yay.
Yeah, let them rape you up the ass.
Yay.
Let them rape you up the ass. Yeah, if we're paying the lowest income tax we've ever paid, then they're tacking it on everything else. Estate taxes, property taxes, all that other shit. Believe me, they're not just saying, hey, look, we're being nice guys and cutting your fucking taxes.
And plus, just in our lifetime, the amount of surcharges and surtax or whatever the fuck, syntax, whatever the fuck they call it.
Leisure passes that I got to buy to go to fucking parks that I pay taxes to maintain, and now I got to buy a leisure pass just to go to it?
Right.
What the fuck is that about?
Right. You just, all that is added on to this low level of taxes we're paying. Stop being a lemming, Buck.
It's the shitty reality. It's the shitty reality is all it is.
Well, the shitty reality is the misappropriation and waste and fucking pocket filling of these crooked fuck politicians that don't do the right thing and actually change stuff and spend the money wisely.
What's this leisure pass about?
Oh, that's Nassau County to use any of your parks.
Like, name some of the parks in Nassau County.
Everything. How about the beaches? Down the on the South Shore, North Shore beaches, shooting range, ball fields. If you want to use them for you need to buy a leisure pass now to use these things. And by the way, you pay fucking taxes to use the fucking things, but now you got to buy a leisure pass.
See, Buck. So keep, Buck. You're bothersome.
Listen, okay.
I don't feel like getting all fucking uptight today, but you're bothersome that you're just buying the fucking company line.
I'm not.
They're fucking raping us. Don't you understand that?
Okay.
This is way better than telling dick jokes. What they're fucking doing to us. Thanks, Buck. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is what?
I have no idea.
Isn't it the regular price?
No, I know.
So now they're adding on to the regular price because you don't have the leisure license.
I think the range, you can't even use the range without a leisure pass if you're or you got to pay the
non-resident fee.
Non-resident fee.
It's twice as much.
Yeah, twice as much.
Not like these are exorbitant fees, but I mean,
but it's just it adds up.
It adds up here and there and everywhere else.
Fucking just.
I told one we bring up all the time. The taxis surcharge when gas was through the roof a few years ago.
Yeah,
and that thing will never go away.
Then it just doesn't go away.
No.
Sometimes it goes away. Sometimes it don't go away.
I used to have this dumb little. When you live in New York, there's cab rides you do just to get into certain areas quickly instead of walking.
Yeah.
And in my case, it was a $4 cab ride. So I give the guy $5, and he's like, yeah, whatever. It's just a quick cab ride. Here's $5. Thank you for getting me up the hill, basically. Right. That same ride is close to $10 now.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
Amazing. Fucking amazing.
Because of the surcharges and everything else they tacked on.
Unbelievable.
But the leisure pass,
the leisure pass? I'm getting a leisure pass. Yeah, I was like, leisure
and your taxes
pass.
Are supposed to pay for that to begin with.
It's called a tax. Yeah.
Where's the logic there, and how do they get that through?
Everything goes through because it's the will of the people, right? You're representing the people, so it must be what everyone wants. And how that fucking changed is beyond me.
And the beauty of the leisure pass, of course, if you don't have the leisure pass on you as you're playing a dumb game of softball on a Sunday morning, now you're going to get fined for not having the leisure pass.
You need a leisure pass,
and that fine will be way more than the actual pass itself, right?
Yeah, to pay to get in there, you'd have to pay a non-resident
because it'll be
fee.
what do they call it? An administration fee.
Yes. Administration fee.
Your fine was 50 cents for not paying the toll on the Garden State Parkway, but the administration fee is $200.
Oh, really?
So you owe $200.50.
Who's getting that? The fucking the scrub that processes it?
And no one's outraged, but I think people are outraged, but we just don't know what the fuck to do. How do you change anything?
Yeah.
How do you change that? The administration fee. Unbelievable. They're shortening yellow lights in Chicago to catch you. Come on,
who comes up with these? I don't doubt it. That
Mark in
sounds
Chicago.
Like
go ahead.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, they're shortening the yellow lights because they can get more red light tickets. Also, our city sold our parking meters to the Russian mafia. LAZ parking. I think you guys got them in New York.
I don't know. I know now a quarter's maybe 2 minutes in New York. I think a quarter's like 2.5 minutes. I think
2.5 minutes.
I'm not. Yeah,
it gives you enough time to get another quarter.
Yeah, basically. They're shortening yellow lights. You know what? Whoever came up with that, brilliant.
Brilliant idea.
Because we're all used to what a yellow light is.
A certain amount.
And your dumb head, you're like, you can figure it out.
I got it.
You're 200 feet from that fucking light. It's going yellow. You know you got it.
Yeah.
And now they shorten it without even telling you.
Hey, wait a minute.
Fucking everybody over.
You fucked my rhythm up here.
Right. Oh, what a bunch of assholes. They have speed traps set off on the Bronx River Parkway now.
Really?
I didn't know half this shit. City gives camera companies a cut from tickets.
Yeah, it's we're just fucked.
Oh, here's a good one coming out of Boston. Alex in Boston, go ahead.
Hey guys, a few months ago there was a news story about a city that had to give back like 6 months worth of tickets because the guy that reviews the pictures on the cameras had been dead for 6 months. But his signature was on the bottom of every ticket.
A victory for the common man.
That's right.
Very good. Thank
How
you, sir.
did it happen?
All right. Hey, did we find that George Carlin bit? How long is it? Oh, 4 minutes. Nice. This is very timely, even though Mr. Carlin is dead, but he's still talking for the world.
He spoke well beyond his years.
He sure did.
Yes. Still pertinent.
So did Bill Hicks. I saw the Bill Hicks documentary.
Yeah.
It's not going to be for everyone, but fans of Bill Hicks will certainly like
see that
it.
one.
And comedy fans in general will like it. But they don't have a lot of video of Bill Hicks when he's not on stage, so they filled it in with this great new technology they use with the photographs.
Yeah.
More than Ken Burns.
Yeah, it's like Ken Burns ramped up a little bit.
Yeah.
They're able to put it on different 3D levels.
Yeah, they make him look like 3D.
Yeah, it kind of looks like, because they blur the background and they put something in the foreground in focus, and they could pass by each other real slow, so it looks like it's moving in different directions.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's a great little technique.
It really is. Well,
they
certainly love that technique in the Bill Hicks documentary.
Yeah, they use it a lot.
You see a lot of that.
Yeah. They could do this weird, even though they don't have film, they could do like a depth of field thing where, you know, they put the front out of focus and then the background's in focus again, so it almost looks like a camera's moving through real space.
We're so used to it now because if you have iMovie, everyone has used the Ken Burns effect.
Yeah.
You don't realize that guy was brilliant for just figuring that out.
Kind of a way he's going to make a documentary just using still pictures and moving the pictures around.
When we were growing up and they had these documentaries where they just had pictures, Civil War or whatever the fuck, they just showed the picture.
That was it.
And then he figured out, like, no, just focus on a little bit of the picture and move out, showing the rest of it as you talk about it.
Well, then, like, there's a picture of a battle sequence, and it'll show one side, use some sound effects, and then quickly go over to the other side of the picture, and it's like, oh, they're fighting. It's a war.
Yeah.
Well, it's a still picture.
But before that, it would have just been the whole
picture.
Like, how did he figure that out?
It's a slow reveal now. You get like, oh, they're fighting.
It works perfectly, too. I love it.
That's cool shit. And it's all available to people now. That's just, you used to have nothing available to you. Now every bit of Hollywood technology is like, here you go.
It's right
Take
there.
it away.
Showing that they had nothing special.
No, everyone could do it now. It's great.
Steven Spielberg wasn't special.
Yeah, Spielberg,
George
Schmielberg,
Lucas wasn't special.
Who doesn't have a green screen in their house? Come on.
Exactly. Stupid little models.
Yeah.
Oh, you spend your time with little models.
Blowing over to firecrackers.
Right. Was it firecrackers?
Yeah, they would like throw fireworks on top of the mock-up of the Death Star to make just explosions.
Oh, that's classic.
While they flew the camera through.
I forgot all that stuff. I remember watching the making of Star Wars when I was a child. George Carlin to break.
I think it is certainly apparent by now that one of the things I enjoy in life is excess. I like things that are excessive. I like excessive behavior, excessive language, excessive violence. It's fun. It's interesting. It's exciting. I like it when nature is excessive. That's why I like natural disasters. All these natural disasters that have been going on, I fucking love them. I can't get enough of them. Oh, when nature's going crazy, throwing things around, scaring people and destroying property, I'm a happy fucking guy. I'm a happy fucking guy. I look at it this way. For centuries now, man has done everything he can to destroy, defile, and interfere with nature. Clear-cutting forests, strip mining mountains, poisoning the atmosphere, overfishing the oceans, polluting rivers and lakes, destroying wetlands and aquifers. So when nature strikes back and smacks man in the head and kicks him in the nuts, I enjoy that. I have absolutely no sympathy for human beings whatsoever. None. And no matter what kind of problem humans are facing, whether it's natural or man-made, I always hope it gets worse. Don't you have a part of you that secretly hopes everything gets worse? When you see a big fire on TV, don't you hope it spreads? Don't you hope it gets completely out of control and burns down 6 counties? You don't root for the firemen, do you? I mean, I don't want them to get hurt or nothing, but I don't want them putting out my fire. That's my fire. That's nature showing off and having fun. I like fires. You know something else I like? Those spring floods in the Midwest. Aren't they great? Like clockwork. Spring floods in the Midwest. But I'm starting to notice, I'm starting to catch on, that every year it's the same story. Another flood in the same place with the same people on the same river. Same fucking people! And these people do not move. They will not fucking move. They repaint, put down new carpeting and wallpaper, and they move right back into the same fucking house on the floodplain next to the river, and then they wonder why grandma's floating downstream with the parakeet on her head. 4th time. Again. 4th fucking time. There's no learning curve with these people. It's very hard to feel sorry for them. Every year, same people, same rowboats, out there paddling around, rescuing a chicken. What the fuck kind of a life is that? Well, our kids love it here. Oh, really? What do they got, gills? And while they're showing all that shit on the screen, the announcer is saying to me, "It's been raining steadily for 3 months now. The ground can't hold any more water. The river is cresting higher than it has in 2 centuries. The levees have washed away. And I just hope it keeps raining and 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 raining. And it rains steadily for 5 years. And then after that, for 10 years, it's cloudy, with occasional showers, and the river never returns to its natural banks. It becomes a completely new river, and the borders of 3 states have to be changed, and all the maps and atlases have to be redrawn and reprinted, and no one's couch ever completely dries out. For years and years, every time they sit down, there's always a little squish. Dan, Linda, come on in, you guys, have a seat. Squish, squish. I like that.